Hi all, this is Ashish from Seven Sportz. So today I will be telling you about amblyopia, okay, Amblotube. So uh, people who have lazy eye syndrome or who have amblyopia, they tend to have an eye which is weaker, okay, and there are two techniques basically which can help them train their lazy eye. One is patching, and patching is the gold standard, okay. This is the most recommended therapy where you patch your dominant eye so that the neural pathways of your lazy eye become stronger and you can see from your lazy eye also, okay. So Amblotube also can be used as a patching aid, wherein because this works on Meta VR box, and in the Meta VR there are two displays for both the eyes. So in this app, as you can see, in the left hand side there is a dominant eye shader, okay, and on the top, if you can see, there is some video playing, okay. Let me just play some video. So now this video, if you are seeing, this video is already shaded, okay, and if you make it like completely opaque, okay, if you make it completely opaque, then you will see that nothing is visible over here, right? So you can just view YouTube videos and just seeing YouTube videos wherein one eye is blocked, it is patched, and another eye. So this view which you are currently seeing is of the dominant eye. But if I show you the view of the non-dominant eye, which is the lazy eye, there you can see the complete view, okay. And here, if you can see, this is the dominant eye is where the vision is oculated. So you can enjoy your favorite YouTube videos and you can do patching within this VR, okay, because it can selectively oculate one of the displays, which is of the dominant eye, okay. So this is one thing which is given. And another place where Amblyotube really shines is building environments, okay, the environments which you use using the red and blue glasses, right? So if you use red and blue glasses, you can build environments where you can selectively show or not show some objects based on their color. So if there is an object which is red in color, it will not be shown in the eye which has the red shading, right? And this is what the red and blue glasses or the analog glasses are specially used, where you can create some environments where the objects are either red or blue in color, and you can selectively display or hide the objects from one of the eyes, okay. But this is a traditional technique and it has lot of limitation. First of all, it is very costly because you have to create lot of environment, okay, and like you have to buy balls or you have to buy colors and different, lot of things, lot of objects and with specific colors which match your glasses, right, to create the perfect environment. But here, if you talk about Amblotube, AI creates the environment for you. So AI can selectively block the objects and AI can selectively sharpen the objects, okay, on demand. So you don't need to create the environment yourself, right? The AI creates the environment for you. So it is cheaper. And one more thing is that in real life, whenever you create an environment, that environment cannot be replicated or cannot be changed or altered a lot. So if you buy a ball which has a specific color, uh, and you just create an environment using balls or shuttles or lights, okay, they are limited. But here the possibility is unlimited because you have several YouTube videos and each YouTube video has different kinds of objects, okay. You can selectively sharpen the objects or shade the objects as per your need, okay. So this is a better it is easy, the environments are easier to make, and they are they are not very static environments. So it is a gift, it is very good for your neuroplasticity, because the problem with brain is that it gets used to a static environment which doesn't change, and then the therapy stops working. But if you keep on changing your environment, then the therapy keeps on working. Moreover, the red and blue eye shading which happens in the red and blue glasses, you change the natural color of the environment, okay. So the therapy is only targeted in a red and blue shade. So both your eyes still do not work together in natural environment, but VR creates an environment which is very natural, okay. It is just like it selectively removes the objects or tweaks or adds some flicker to those objects. If an object is in your lazy eye, it creates a flicker in it and it makes it more sharper, so your lazy eye can automatically give attention to that object. Okay, so this is what it is about amblyopia, how it is different. So it handles both the things. It handles both patching as well as therapy used for red and blue glasses, but especially it shines, and it has a better approach, and it has a better result where you are using red and blue glass therapy, because it gives infinite environments, and you can tweak and add flicker. So you cannot add flicker in real environments, but the key point of AmblyoTube is you can add some flicker also to the objects, so that your lazy eye gets some attention boost. Okay, and this attention boost is very important. If you do not get this attention boost, then uh, the lazy eye doesn't tend to work, and it relies more on the dominant eye. Okay, so I will quickly show you how this works. Let us just play a video. Okay, let me just play a video. Okay, now you see this new video has come. Okay, and because it is shaded, let me just make it like this. Okay, so now in this video, if you can see, if we apply a shader, okay, a lazy eye sharpener, okay, then what you will see is that now you can see some kind of flicker, right? And this flicker is only on the human objects. So the human objects, if you see, there is some kind of a flicker, and uh, there is some kind of sharpening effect also. And this flicker and sharpening effect is very important, because brain catches this effect. Okay, I can increase this effect also. If I increase I can increase, first of all, I can increase the sharpness also from here. So if you increase the sharpness, then let me just play another video and show you. Okay, so if you increase the sharpness, then the sharpness also increases, and now you can see some kind of flicker. This flicker you can increase also. You can increase this flicker also. Okay, so this is very important. Okay, and this is a selective flicker. So if you see something like a human object or some objects which is, and now see this is a kind of flicker you will see on a human object, and this is very catchy, and this is very important for the neuroplasticity. Okay, and the good point is that I am showing you the eye which is currently the lazy eye, right? And in the dominant eye, if you see, it is perfectly shaded. Okay, I will just show you. In the dominant eye, the dominant eye is black. Okay, there is nothing showing. This also you can actually change. If you see the bright, if you can change the brightness, you can actually, this is completely opaque, so you can add this also, add some shade to this also. So this shading effect is also not part of patching. So patching is either you fully cover or you don't cover anything. So transparency also you can manage here. So this is better than patching in terms of that. In patching, what happens is that your dominant eye just never works together with your lazy eye. Okay, that is the problem. But here you can actually activate your dominant eye also, but to a limited capacity. Okay, if you activate your dominant eye to a limited capacity wherein you add some kind of blur to it, then it starts working with your lazy eye, and it is very important that it should work with your lazy eye. Okay, both the eyes should work together, because depth perception only happens when both the eyes work together. Okay, if only one eye is working, then the depth perception never comes. Okay, and this is a key problem for patients with amblyopia. Okay, they should work with both the eyes. So this is all about it, and you can use Amblyotube. Amblyotube is presented by Seven Sportz, and Seven Sportz helps sports person to train their eyes. Okay, and Seven Sportz is basically a sports aggregator. It not only has lots of apps related to sports, but this series which I am making the YouTube is for the apps related to vision training. Okay, so many people who go to Paralympics, and they need a lot of vision training. So Amblyotube helps them to train their vision. Okay, to sharpen their vision, to sharpen, and in Paralympics there are many people who are vision impaired, and those people can take benefits from basically training their lazy eye. And the USP of Amblyotube is that it gives a cheaper and better and various environment. By environment I mean the YouTube video. So you can have lot of videos, infinite videos, where you can train yourself. On any video you can train yourself. In the limited world where you create your own environment through the red and blue glasses, that environment is limited to the environment which you have created, because that environment you can create only by the red and blue objects. But this environment you can create with any YouTube video, so just by using AI. So it has, first of all, it has more of an entertainment value also, because the children who are like 13 plus, they like to view video rather than just playing a monotonous game outside the house. Okay, so the compliance is very much limited in their case. But in case of Amblotube, they can just view the YouTube and then they can use it as an environment for their vision training. Okay, and because this is not a static environment and it's a dynamic environment, so it is very good for your neuroplasticity. You do not get used to the same environment, because it is very important. If you do not change the environment, people get used to the same balls, people get used to the same color schemes, and then it works only your ability of your eye, both the eyes to work together, only happens if the environment which you have created with red and blue and with the similar shade happens, but it never happens with the natural shading, natural colors. So it is, the effect is very limited. Okay, the only problem with Amblotube is that because this works on Meta VR, and you are typically not in a natural environment, you are in a VR environment, so there can be some strain on your eyes. Okay, so that is why we say that you cannot use this like for hours and hours. Just use it for like 30 to 40 minutes, maximum 1 hour, then stop it, then view it again. Okay, because this is not a natural environment. Screen time is very bad for kids. Okay, it is not advisable that you keep on using this every time. So this is a limitation also of Amblotube, so keep in mind. And again, I will tell you, this is not a cure for amblyopia or lazy eye syndrome. This is just a augmentation. It is very similar to red and blue glasses or patching, but the environment is made in Meta VR box using AI, so it has better adaptability and better targetability, and it is much better and faster in relieving the patient, and it has better results. The key point is that it has better results. But again, patching is the de facto. By using Amblotube, you have to actually use multiple techniques. Amblotube is just one of the techniques. It doesn't mean that you just stop patching or you stop red and blue glasses also, because red and blue glasses are also important, because you are working outside and you are in a natural environment, so that is also very important. Okay, so this is all from what I can tell today, and there are some separate videos which tell you about how this Amblotube works. Okay, basically you can just search the YouTube. I can just quickly show that also. You can actually search some YouTube videos here, and I'll just press the search button, and like this. Okay, and now you can see, you can play these YouTube video here, and you can make them opaque. Okay, uh, like this. So in this, what I am doing is that I am adding some opacity. Let me just show. See, this is how I am. So if I am choosing, so actually on the screen you are just seeing the left eye. Okay, so to see the left eye means that if I make this as a, if my right eye is a lazy eye, and because you are seeing the left eye only. Okay, so left eye is the dominant eye, so now you can give the shading effects. Now you can see that there are some shading effects here. You can change the shading. You can
You're a regular Rip Van
you
Winkle,
can
huh?
mute or unmute the videos. You can pause, play the videos. Okay, and here you can seek the videos. Okay, you can, it just works like YouTube, but it is specially designed. It is specially designed for the people with lazy eye syndrome. Okay, so this is all about it. There are some separate videos which talk about how the dominant shader works on high. Basically, at a high level, the dominant eye shader just shades or occulates, or it works like a patch on a dominant eye. And the lazy eye sharpener is a targeted therapy where, you know, it works somewhat similar to red and blue glasses, but it is better than that. Okay, because it adds flicker, and it can selectively find the objects. Okay, that is very, right now this targets only the human objects. Okay, but in the next series, we are bringing the phase 2 app, and in the new app, in the new version, you can target not only humans, you can target a ball, you can target a shuttlecock. Okay, and depending on the video, you can make that video sharper in your lazy eye so that your lazy eye gets trained to view that object. Okay. The problem with the red and blue glasses therapy is that making the environment is very difficult. Okay, it is very difficult to make the environment. It takes some time, but here yeah, YouTube is your environment. Any object in the YouTube, you can just sharpen it and you can add a flicker to it, so your lazy eye just starts seeing it in a better way, and that's it about it. You have to train your lazy eye, and that is very important. Okay, so here was the explanation, and thank you much for patiently listening. And if you have any issue, you can go to www.amblyotube.com and check our contact us form, and from there you can send the query. And this app you can get on the MetaQuest App Store. Okay, right? Okay, thank you very much.